As I'm sure you all already know, we are in crisis. But nobody in this department should panic. This video will outline some simple steps about how you can cope with the crisis and get on with your work. Even if you're not a member of the department, I'm sure this video will be very useful. These tips on crisis management, I'm sure they can be used on any type of crisis, not just the one that we're involved in. Firstly, I'd like to speak about the zombie crisis. As you know, back when the department was the Department for Psychic Affairs, it turns out that a small number of employees accidentally raised some members of the dead.
I remember the weekend after we came back and I'd done this interview and the forces of hell were unleashed.
By number 10?
I tell you, not just then, the Tories as well. The Tories, jumped onto the bandwagon.
While initially they ran amok and caused quite a bit of panic, I can now report that, thank goodness, they have all been confined to our office building. But with the undead walking the office floors and chewing through flesh and infrastructure, it's only natural for some of our employees to have some IT concerns. So let me assure you that the IT desk from now on will be open for 24 hours a day. This also means there's absolutely nothing to stop you working through the night and then travelling back and forth through daylight hours. In light of these efforts we've made, any zombie-related time off you take will have to be counted as part of your holiday allocation. If you are accosted by the press on the zombie crisis, do try to mention that these were zombies that were raised 25 years ago. They've been laying dormant until recently when we stopped paying for their cryogenic facilities. In fact, you could mention that the Ministry for Psychic Affairs and Dark Arts was dismantled and rebranded recently, just to avoid this sort of thing. Don't mention that this also means that we don't know how to stop them. But now let's move on to the most important issue, the tax avoidance crisis. As you know, the zombie incident led to an inquiry into government-led resurrections. And whilst we've generally been able to regain public support with an open and transparent inquiry, unfortunately it also uncovered some very serious tax evasion. Because of this crisis, there have been some changes to the department. The old structure of the organisation looked like this, and the new structure now looks like this. As you're probably aware, the head of the department resigned after the zombie crisis emerged. He was replaced by an acting head of department, who then resigned after the tax crisis emerged. He was replaced by another acting head, who unfortunately turned out to be one of the people who had been avoiding paying tax, and he was replaced by a temp who was unfortunately been bitten by a zombie and not feeling too well at the moment, so watch this space on that one. Remember, we do provide axis and blunt hitting instruments in the office for zombie attacks, but if you break one or need more, I'm afraid you can't buy them over the office systems. You will have to buy them and then expense them. It's absolutely safe in the office, but here is a reminder of the emergency exits. I wish I was there with you in the office fighting the zombies, but unfortunately I'm out here in the Cotswolds on the front lines, truly trying to pioneer working from home. Good luck.